Hey everybody, welcome back to Champ & Sons in our NCAA Basketball series with Coach Champion, where right now we are the head coach of the Central Michigan Chippewas, getting away through our first season here with a battle against Toledo, who is one of the worst teams in the country right now and in the conference. Now we are, I'm not going to say we're good, but we're a middle of the road team for the most part. And for being a middle-of-the-road team, we are starting out in a struggle here against Toledo, as they have got an 8-point lead here, about 10.5 minutes remaining in the first half, leading 11-3. As they keep driving the ball into the lane, and that's going to slam dunk. It's going to take them to a 10-point lead. And so we are pretty much down on our luck. Our shooting has gone haywire in this one. I'm not sure what has happened, but finally we get a drive in, and look at that. We can't even get the ball to hit the rim. As our player looks injured, but he kind of comes back okay. But we hit the side of the backboard, and that's about how we've been doing so far in this game. We really couldn't hit a broadside of a barn, even being 10 feet away from it. But right now Toledo has the ball in a 10-point lead as we finally get that one deflected and get the turnover as we drive down the lane. And we're going to go up with it, and that's off the rim and no rebound, because why would we want to get a rebound? Toledo is just beating us everywhere on the court in this game, whether it be on their offensive side, getting the ball down low where most of their points come in, just like that one as they fire that one off the rim, though. Thankfully, they did miss. As we come back with the drive, pull up and drop it off to our point guard. He's going to lose it again. Another turnover right there. That's the third in the first half. Basically 3 and 6 minutes for us. That's a lot of lost possessions, a lot of lost opportunities. And we just can't be having that as we get another one finally from Toledo. That's their second turnover in the first half, and this time we are going to slow it down just a little bit. They are running a zone defense, which has been a struggle for us here in the season, as we normally play on the perimeter some and try to find the gaps inside. But we fire a wide open three-pointer, and that one does not fall. I do want to do what Coach says and get the ball moving around, but, man, when you have a wide-open shot like that, you kind of have to take it, and you would expect to make it, however, just not falling for us today as they drive the lane again, and that one's going to bounce off the front rim. A little too easy getting it down low against our post defense right there. As we go and we finally get a finger roll lay-in to go by our point guard. Our first points in a good couple minutes, and that's going to bring us back to an 8-point deficit, 13-5, 8 minutes remaining here in the first half. So our struggles have been pretty large in this one. It has not been, this game has not been kind to us. Our shooting percentage is way off. Their shooting percentage, to be fair, is around, I want to say around 70% right now. And in reality, it's because almost every single one of their shots outside of that three-pointer they showed is coming from down low and basically easier kind of lay-ins. And that's something that we have really struggled with in this game. Normally our defense in the post, especially at home, is actually pretty good, just not today. And finally we get them in a man defense, drive it down low, and we're going to lose possession. Instead of going for the shot, our power forward tries some hefty, weird-looking dribble, and that's going to go ahead and have him to turn the ball over. Once again, another turnover as Toledo's on the move, passing the ball around, driving the basket down low, and he's going to make it and get the and one. That's just how this game's going. We can't hit anything. Toledo is hitting every single shot that they throw up, and you can't fault the team for doing that. But it just sucks when it happens against you. Now for the and one extra free throw. That one is up, and it's going to bounce off the rim, and we will pull down that rebound. One of the few we have gotten so far in this half as we work the ball back down the court. Just over 7.5 minutes remaining. Trying to find some open lanes, some open shots happening, get the ball working around, try to get some guys moving. As we finally drop that off, have a wide open three, but we drive it instead, and he's going to lay that one up and in. And that's going to bring us just a little step closer. Now, just a few minutes later here in the first half, our deficit has grown. We're trailing 31-18, but that three-pointer falling in by our point guard off the bench, that's going to make it a 10-point ball game here. 31-21, 2 minutes remaining. It seems like even though we have kind of heated up from the outside, Toledo is just doing everything and knocking a lot of their shots down. right now. And you can see from the three-point range, normally we're 36%. Today we are 44%, so those are falling, and we may have to take advantage of that kind of going forward. So 31-21. We get the pass down low, drive it in, pass it back out, fire another one up, and it's going to be good. Cut into that lead just a little bit more, as it's now a 7-point lead for Toledo here, 31-24. A minute and a half remaining in the first one. We are now 5 of 10 from the three-point range. As they pass that one down low, they fire that one up, and we're actually going to get a rebound there. A pretty rare one for us. As we come back down, trailing by 7, looking to cut into it. Need to play smart. Take good shots like we have been doing. So we get it down low to our center in the post. Backs his man up, passes it back outside, but the shot wasn't really there, so we made another pass, and that's a turnover once again. 3-on-1, and Toledo slams that one down, extends their lead now to 9 points, under 1 minute remaining in the first half. So here we come, trying to get 2 shots out of this, which we definitely can do if we play the shot clock properly. Pass the ball, working around, look for lanes to drive it just like that, and we toss it up, and it's going to get lucky and bounce in for us. 33-26 is the score right now. We're shooting 43% from the field. Well, you can see Toledo is shooting 71%. Final seconds of this first half ticking away. 24 seconds are left on the play clock. Shot clock. There's about 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. They jump up, fire that one up, get the rebound, blocked it. They gather it in again and finally lay that one up. So many second chance opportunities for Toledo here that it's hard to imagine that we're even got this game back in a 9-point deficit. So time ticks away here as we look for that final shot. Fire it out to our point guard from deep, and he's going to hit that one off the back iron, and it's going to miss. So 9-point deficit here in the first half, 35-26. Toledo is on fire, and it's because they're getting the ball down low. We have been successful in games when we've forced teams to shoot from the outside, but they have been just dropping it in. Our post defense has been really hesitant, really weak, and it has led to the score that we have right now. So this has been a tough game for us. You know, taking good shots is one of our things. We're shooting 42%, so that's not all that good. That we have in our opponents, well, just under 70%, so that'll lead to that kind of score deficit. Now here we are, we're going to jump into the second half of this game. Toledo leading by 9, 43-34 here, 8.5 minutes remaining in half number 2. As we continue to work the ball around, and this zone is continuing to give us fits, and it's just we don't have a lane to drive in, but why do that when you can shoot the 3 from the outside as that one falls? 43-37 now. That was a good possession. We need a few more of them like that. Toledo comes back down the court, 8 minutes remaining. They keep the ball on the outside, which is where we want them to have it. And they keep passing it around. They try to drive, and they get down low with that extra pass, and he puts a nice little lay-in. And that's going to make it an 8-point lead now for Toledo here, 45-37, under 8 minutes remaining. Here we come back with it. Our point guard has it at the top of the key. Looking for a man to pass it to. Out on the wing. He's got our shooting guard out there. A little too far for the liking, even though it was kind of open. Just did not trust him to make that shot as we get it over to our small forward on the far side wing, and he passes it back out to the top. Point guard, he makes the shot. He's solid from 3 all season. He gets another one. And now it goes from 8 to 5-point deficit. 45-47.5 minutes remaining as Toledo has possession of the ball, and they are working it around on their outside, keeping them out there, which is where we need them to be. And they drop it down low in the post to their center. He turns around and spins and shoots that one up, and it's going to be off, and we do rebound, and here we come the other way. Trailing only by 5, looking to maybe make a cut into this one. Our point guard has it, gets it out to the wing with the center. The close side, back out to the top of the point guard. Down low to our power forward. They double team him up. We pass it in, and it's going to be a good lay-in right there. We're on a 10-2 run here so far in the last few minutes of this half, as we have cut it down to a 3-point lead now, 42-45. Toledo with possession of the ball, working it down to the outside as they have it. As we keep them out, they drive into the lane. We are in front of them. They throw that one up, and it's going to be missed. Now a little later here in the second half, we are trailing only by 1. This game is coming down to a wire. 1 shot away can give us the lead. as we have possession of it, working it around the outside. And then we're going to turn that one over, trying to pass it down low. Our bench players causing the turnover right there, not being aggressive with it. Toledo has it now, still leading by 1, 51-50, 3.5 minutes remaining as they have the ball on the outside looking for a passing lane. Get it out to their big man on the outside, down to the shooting guard. He drives and he's going to be fouled on that one. He drove the lane and drew the foul just like he was wanting to do. You know, we've tried doing that and it resulted in turnovers for us. But he played that one perfectly, and he's going to get the 2 free shots on this one. So he steps up to line them up right in front of the student section. The first one will drop, quieting down our crowd. But they need to get loud for this second shot. Try to distract him. 52-50 now. One more free one on the books for him as he gets set and fires that one up, and it's going to drop in as well. So 53-50 as they put on a little bit of a press defense as we get it down low quickly to our center. He goes up with it, and he's going to miss it. He had a free lay-in right there and just could not get it to fall. That's the kind of thing that's been happening for us a lot during today, just not getting those close ones to fall. You know, it happens at times. You hate for it to happen at home and against a team like Toledo. As they pass it down low and just lay it in beautifully, 55-50. They've separated themselves out a little bit. Leading scorers is our shooting guard with 15. Their power forward with 15. Leading rebounders is a center, and assist leaders is our main point guard with 6 of them on the day. And that's kind of what you wanted to expect. I would like to think we'd have more rebounds. And what we do is they throw that one away, and it's going to be a turnover again. That makes about 8-9 turnovers for us in this game. That's a multitude of lost possessions that have really killed us. And Toledo with possession of the ball once again, allowing time to tick away here. As they have it, working it around the top of the key. Down low, and they go up for it, and he's going to draw the foul. Our bench center, came off the bench, been playing okay, missed a couple of easy shots, but fouled him right there. And since I guess he didn't make it, you could call it probably a worthy foul. He does get 2 free ones, however. Toledo with the 5-point lead makes that first free throw, and that's going to give them a 6-point lead now. 2 minutes and 12 seconds remaining here in the first half. Second one goes up, and that's going to drop down. 57-50 now. As they put on the press, and we have the ball working it down to the side as we get kind of pinned off over there, and we throw that one up, and it's almost going to be turned over again. Drive the lane, and we miss that shot. Toledo does recover the rebound, and they have another opportunity at it. Just missed opportunities summarizes what this game has been about for us. It has not been pretty as we knock the ball away and flip it back into the field, or into the court, and Toledo recovers, and then they drive the lane, and we opened up wider than the red dang sea on that one. Not sure where our defense was to assist, but it did open up, and we fire up a desperation 3 as that one does miss. Normally our point guard's pretty solid with those. However, it's a 9-point game, 1.5 minutes remaining. If we can at least get a stop, but they drive it in and lay that one up, it's now an 11-point game. Now, we would try to make something of it, make a couple shots, but we do end up losing 63-55. Our starting point guard, number 20, being the primary player of the game for us, 20.7 assists. Just not good enough. No other way to explain it. You know, they're one of the worst teams in the country, and definitely, you know, the worst team in the conference. And they came into our house and just dominated us down low, played better than us in every facet of the game. You know, they came out more ready for it. We seemed like we were going to run over them. And that's not going to provide you with success on the court, and it showed right there. Now, that game leads us into the second game of today's episode against Ball State. We simulated the game earlier where we were at their court, and they just completely demolished us. But we're back now at home once again here in the season. This will be the last game of this episode as we approach the final about 2 weeks of the season as we get ready for the conference tournament. Now, Ball State's a pretty decent team. Right? They have their issues the same as we do, but you know, they're fairly solid. And so here we will have the possession of the ball. The first half is starting. Ball State did miss their first shot. They run a zone like a lot of other teams as we try to penetrate that one and fire back out to the outside for a three-pointer. However, that one does not fall. This time we pass it back around. And now we get it down low and they knock it away, and for some reason he's standing out of bounds. Why was he standing out of bounds? I don't know. But he stood out of bounds and decided to grab it, so Ball State will keep possession. The Cardinals getting lucky, I guess, right there with the unfortunate turnover by the Chippewas. And they have possession at the top of the key, driving it down in. A good screen set by the post player right there, allowing their point guard to drive it down in and get the easy lay-in. So here we come back with it. 14 minutes remaining. 1 minute is gone in this first half. Passing the ball back around the court, trying to find that open shot. The one thing about the zone is you can get open as we have our small forward fire it up. He's normally pretty decent from the three-point range in those corners, but has just gotten cold the last couple games from there as he missed that shot, which was pretty wide open. Now Ball State with possession of it again, working it, trying to drive into the lane with the turnaround shot, and he's going to make that one. You've got to be kidding me. Well defended by the Chippewas there, but he turned around and fired that one up, kind of in a Hail Mary-esque type shot, and it does fall. So 4-0 is the score here, 2 minutes into this half. As we get the pass down low, and they smack that one away from our point guard, just humiliate him right there in front of his home crowd with that block. Now they drive the lane again, and they're going to go up for it, and that's going to bounce off the rim, and thankfully they do miss it, and we gather in the rebound. Now we got to slow it down. We are a half-court style team. That is what I prefer to play, is to kind of keep the ball moving around, find the lanes, find the players that are open, and get those decent shots, which should kind of pay off. As we get it to our center down below and try our own little turnaround shot, and that one does not fall for us. So we still trail 4-0 here, 12.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Ball State passing it around, getting it down low, and that one's smacked away from him. Good defense right there as our power forward smacks it back home, right in his face. Nothing he could do about it. We get the play running to our shooting guard, and he's going to pull up, drive in, and get that one to go in the basket. And that's going to cut into their lead and make it a 4-2 ball game now. At home, just real early here in the first half, but you can see we're already having some shooting woes and some turnover problems. They drive the lane again, and that's going to result in a foul. Our center, one of our main guys, we cannot have him getting in foul trouble. Backs up and then just kind of flings himself in. I mean, thankfully the guy missed, so it turns out to be, I guess, an okay penalty in that sense, but still not the guy you want to send him to the free throw line. Now he goes for his first free throw, and that one's going to be up and good. So 1 out of 2 has been made. It extends their lead to 3 points, 5-2 here as we are underway. Now his second free throw's up off the back rim, and it does get rebounded by our center. The man who got the foul gets the ball as he gets it over to our point guard, who brings it down at the top of the key to the short side corner. Down low to our center once again, and the defender was there, didn't want to pull up on him. Back out to the corner, he fires a three-point again, and our small forward misses once more. Just unable to get anything to fall, no matter how wide open we are. Ball State with possession now, still leading 5-2 here early in this one. As they're working the ball, passing it around the outside, they drive it down into the lane, and we will knock that one free and recover. Turnover by Ball State. As here we come working it back. Try to go quickly, but not too fast. Hand it off to our shooting guard. He drives it in again, and he's going to get that lay-in, and that's going to make it a 5-4 ball game for us right there. Good job by our shooting guard to drive the lane, find that open space, drive in, and get the easy lay-in. So Ball State with possession once again, working it around the outside, and they fire up a three-pointer, and that one is going to be off as we do get the rebound in. And that's why we want to keep them shooting from the outside and not let them get too close on the inside and get those fired up here. So trailing by 1, we have possession of the ball. Working it around the outside. Unable to find these lanes and get it down to our guys in the post. And this time we fire up a three-pointer. That one's going to be good. Our shooting guard, 7 points. Central Michigan, 7 points in this ball game. He's been the only one doing anything for us, as we have now snatched the lead away from Ball State early in this game, thanks to the play of our guard there. Ball State passes it down low. They drop that one up off the rim. Good shot over our defenders. Now we're going to advance a little bit later here in the first half as we fire that one down low to our center coming off the bench. He's going to make that land right off the rim, and it's going to give us a 17-12 lead. Shooting has kind of remained the same. We've just had a couple different opportunities where we've executed a little bit better than Ball State has, and that's what's contributed to our lead. Now they fire back down low again. We go for the block humiliatingly, and we whiff on that, obviously, so they drive in and make the easy land, 14-17. We do have a 3-point lead at home finally, playing like we should. However, we are still shooting 50% to their 40% on the game. Now back down low to our big man. He passes it back out, looking for the three, driving it in, kicking it out. Around to the short side corner, and he's going to fire up and almost airball that one off the front iron. Rebounded by the Cardinals, and here they come with it quickly. They try to drive the lane, and they get stuck, passing it back out, working the ball around the edge. They have it out there, still trying to find that pass, and they finally get it dropped off to man and bring it back down to the short side corner, back up to the top of the key and around. Down low to the far post. He turns around and smacks it away and blocks it, but our dude's standing out of bounds again. That's twice we've been standing out of bounds. This guy made a great play earlier. You know, he's been a primary point of our offense, scoring the majority of our points, and helping us get the lead and kind of maintaining it. But we're still making some stupid plays. We've got to be smarter than that. So after that block shot, the Cardinals will retain possession with another 35 seconds on the clock as they inbound that one and continue to look to see if they can't work this ball down low. Toledo was able to get it down low and be very effective against us in the last game. So, you know, it's kind of shocking that they're not able to do the same thing as well. As they fire that one in, I spoke a little too soon. They got the shot off. They just did not execute. A little differently than Toledo, but they are getting down there and getting their opportunities just as often. And so now keeping it on the outside, our point guard working the ball, getting everybody a chance to touch it, get them their possessions. That'll help us find those lanes open as we drop it down, and he slams it home. What a slam dunk by our power forward to take that one to the basket and let them know this is our house. As we have now extended our lead 19-14 here at home over the Cardinals of Ball State. But they do have possession. A minute and a half is remaining here in the first half. They go down low and they fire that one up, and it's going to be just off. Our defenders did disrupt that shot, and we will actually pick up the rebound. And so here we are working it down, trying to take some of the time off the clock. That's one of the biggest things we need to focus on, playing our style of play. This time we pass it to the outside, and we're going to get a three-pointer. They're starting to drop for us now. The threes are coming in bunches. 22-14, an 8-point lead is where we stand, under 1 minute remaining in this first half. They go down low again and fire that one up, and it's going to be missed. We will rebound it. So here we come under a minute, looking for the 2-1. As we fire that one up with our power forward, it's going to be no good, but we should have been able to pull off the 2-for-1 now. And you can tell our 3% shooting today has been slightly off from our season average. But, hey, 29%. We've been able to gather a lead because we've taken smart shots in other places. And that's what we have to continue to do. Now, the Cardinals seem to be working this clock down. They're trying to give us as little time as possible here. 22-14 is our lead. As they reach 4 seconds left on the shot clock, they try to drive in. Their point guard fires up a deep three. That's off the back rim, and we will recover the rebound. 1 second remaining. We fire it up from half court, and that's going to be off the rim as well. So we do miss. Ball State, luckily, is only shooting 35% in this one, and even with that, it's still only an 8-point lead, 22-14. We've had our opportunities to extend it, have not been able to execute effectively at all times. But, hey, same thing with them as well. It's been a rough day pretty much all around. They're shooting 35 to our 40%. We do have 6 assists and 5 blocks, though, which have really helped us out overall in this game. And so taking a look at it, one of the best things that we have done is not foul guys. That's kind of been our biggest thing going. all season, is we generally play a pretty clean basketball game. You know what I mean? So the second half is going to get underway here as we do have an 8-point lead. Looking to try to extend on this as we start out with possession of the ball. Our point guard looking to make something happen. Find some guys shifting around and get the ball passing and find those open lanes, those open passers. That's what you got to do as we get it down low. He drives in now, and he's going to lay that one in. But they're going to call us for the charge. Oh, and man, as I saw it happening, it definitely did look like that. You know, looked like that more now than when I was playing it. But sometimes that's just the way it goes. So mark that one as a turnover for the Chippewas here as we still lead by 8. They fire that one up, and it's going to be off the rim. The Cardinals, their shooting woes continue just as ours do. The score remains 22-14 as we try to work this ball inside, driving the lane. Our point guard lays that one up and off the fingertips, and that's going to be good. 24-14 now. 10-point lead is where we stand. We've been on 11-2 run since late in the half of the first half. Cardinals pass it down low, fire that one up, and it's going to be gathered in by our guard there. He was able to jump up and get it. Our power forward and center kind of a little bit too far out, playing a little stiffer defense. Kind of let our guy get into the middle there. Now with the screen, we toss it down low, unable to get the alley-oop to him. Keep working it in, and we're going to find those free shots like that one, and our shooting guard comes through again. Another 3 for him. 27-14 is where this game stands now, and he has played a major role in it, and he has scored a good majority, about a quarter of our points, actually really a third of them at this stage. And so Ball State does miss out on another shot, and that one gives us another rebound. So we are basically on a 5-0 run since the start of this half and looking to continue that good fortune basically. Ball passing around the outside. Our shooting guard has it. He is on fire today. We may need to try to get him some more of those open threes. Our small forward down low. He layers that one up, our center, with a slight little touch right there, and he's going to make that one, making this a 15-point ball game. 29-14 as Central Michigan is not, or we're able to actually do something with it, but Ball State is not able to get their shots to fall. Now we get double coverage on their point guard on the outside. He loses possession and picks it back up, though. And he gets the pass down low, and they fire that one up, and they finally make a shot. On the assist by the point guard to the center down low, he gets an easy shot. 29-16, 13-point ball game here. 12 minutes remaining in the second half. So now we have it to our shooting guard down low in the corner. He gets it down to the power forward, working his way in. Back outside. Over to our point guard. They double him up real quick, and we are working the ball around. Fire it down low. He shoots that one up, and it's going to drop. Our point guard with some good touch on that shot coming off the short side. Lays that one in. Back to a 15-point ball game. 31-16 here. Just about 11 and a half minutes remaining here in half number 2. As the Cardinals work that in, that's going to be stuffed right back in his face. And that's going to be picked up by our small forward as he passes it over to our shooting guard. He's got it at the top of the key. Looking to set up some guys. He passes it out low, down low on the wing. Our point guard has it. Tries to find his man to the center down in the lane. He's going to fire that one up, and it's going to bounce off the iron and the backboard and miss. And the Cardinals will rebound that one. So 15-point ball game, 31-16 here as we approach the 11-minute mark of the second half. Cardinals working the ball around, trying to do basically work it in the same way that we do. Find those open lanes, get it to the guys down low. And that one sent right back at him as we pick that one up. Our point guard, he's going to drive it down in. He pulls up and he fires that. He's going to get the and one. He made that lay-in. He gets the and one. What a shot and an aggressive play by him. I would have liked for him to get a little closer on the drive, though. But, hey, he gets where he needs to be, and he made that shot. So we have the and one, 17-point ball game. He makes it for an 18-point ball game. Now we're going to advance here a little bit later in the second half to about the 2-minute mark remaining. The score has kind of been staying the same ratio. It's 42-29 here, 13 points. as we're working the clock, keeping the passes going. You know, we've had some pretty good shooting from the outside, but one of the biggest things that we have done is pass the ball around quite efficiently. And there we've gotten some rebounds, which is a little bit better than what I can say we've done in the past, is getting rebounds. We have done that better today, and it's kind of given us multiple second chance opportunities for points. Now, Cardinals do rebound our missed shot. They have possession of it. We're coming down low. Minute and a half remaining. They throw that one up. It's going to be off the back iron, and we will recover it. A minute and a half, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. State Farm, warm up the bus now. Tell the Cardinals you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. As we have got a 13-point lead with just about 75 seconds remaining in this one. Passing the ball outside, working the time. That's the biggest thing I think we can do right now, as we drive it in with our point guard, and that's going to get stuffed, sent right back at them. And here come the Cardinals. They drive it in, pass it back out, go down low one more time. He gets doubled up, firing it to the outside, big time three, and that one's off the back iron. And they are going to miss, and they're going to foul us. I'm not sure why they would do that. It's a 13-point ball game. You got 51 seconds remaining. And you really think at this stage fouling us is the best thing you can do? We have put in pretty much all of our substitute players, all of our bench guys. And here they come now with just a foul-o-rama to try, and I don't know really what their point is. But obviously they're going to put us on the line here if they continue to do this. 47.5 seconds left. The clock is just ticking away. But this time we finally dropped it off on the other side of the half, and that's really kind of persuaded them to let it go, to stop worrying about fouling us. Pass it around and get the outside shot, and we miss that one. And here they come. There is going to be about a second remaining if they make this one. On the play clock. That's really the difference we're looking at. Cardinals passing it around, not with any real urgency to shoot, but they finally get an open shot, and they will fire that one up and miss. And we give it to our point guard, and that should be it. The Cardinals should be packing up and going home, and that will do it for us. At least we finally get a win. It has been a pretty tough season for us overall. At this stage, after this game, we're at about 5 games left. I'm not sure how many of them we're going to simulate. Y'all have kind of seen what happens in that area versus play, but we should probably get through the regular season in the next episode. That is what I'm thinking, and hopefully we have a few more of them that come up like this, especially as we get ready for the conference tournament after the regular season has ended. Now, some good plays, some bad plays being made by us. Just a whole bunch of stuff to actually improve on, though. It was a good win, but it's not as good of a win as I think we could have. So we have to work on that and keep things going in a positive direction for us. So on that note, that does remind me to have you let y'all know to hit the subscribe button if you have not hit it already. And if you did like today's video, give us a thumbs up, as it really does help out the channel. And I greatly appreciate everything that y'all do for us here at Champ & Sons Gaming. The recent support for us over the last really few weeks, even at this point, has been crazy to see the subscriber count shoot up, viewership. Thank y'all very much. I really cannot thank y'all enough for that. I am so grateful for it. So on that note, once again, just thank y'all for joining us. I will see y'all in the next episode where we finish the regular season up. So, as I normally say, everybody, stay safe and well. Y'all know how it goes by now, right? Later, y'all.